Yeah, so if those who aren't familiar with the original game, it was a anime Souls-like that was rated M, where you play as a vampire in the post-apocalypse, and there was a bunch of waifus, and you could go into a hot spring, even though it's the apocalypse. And with them, you can go get half naked with like anime girls.
See, look, we're already halfway there.
Yeah, and so this one they toned it down, rated T. They people are noticing you can't make some of the outfits aren't as revealing, at least on the player characters. You know, the avoidance of naming any gender is also noted, but not exactly body type A and B. They don't actually say that. They just do the cowards thing and just like don't even say gender anywhere.
It's so sad. It is so sad. I mean, an epic adventure awaits. That's why it's censored, unoptimized. It has pay for access, which isn't usually a problem, but it is in this
just
case.
The early access was very broken. So the
Mhm.
people that paid $80 didn't get like, I guess, like whatever patch. I was able to play it fine last night, but I don't know about cut or resold content. I'm not sure what
Shame.
that's about. And the
Shame on
anti-consumer
you.
malware is, you know, typical de novo shit.
Shame on you, Bandai Namco, for creating Code Vein 2 instead of Code Dick Vein, which is what every gooner wants. I'm sure Dash would buy a game called Code Dick Vein, I'm sure.
I don't know, like, you know, as someone who has like, you know, variety of preferences, like, you know, mostly like for women, like my big waifu is the big breasted dark skinned lady named Holly. I can't wait to meet her. But
Well,
like, you know,
what about that lady who cosplayed as you? Do you have the hots for her?
that wasn't a lady. No, I like people to be like, unless it's like a femboy, like, you know, like going about me and just being like, just, you know, I'm like, no, like, I'm not into like whatever that thing was.
That was a girl. That wasn't a man. That was a female.
Was it? I honestly
sure
could not. Yeah, so I'm looking for. I actually recreated my character using the game's character creator.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the picture of it.
It's not usually
sorry,
I've been. Well, no, it's all right, but it's not usually a good sign when our host can't tell the difference between a guy and a girl.
Well, the thing had so much.
So much what?
Not like I don't know. I don't know what drugs they were. I know the voice was female, but
well, you can tell it's a female because they had to paint its facial hair. It wasn't real facial hair.
Anyway, like let's focus back on Code Vein 2. So yeah, here is a see. I made Dash. I gave him some big pecs. You know, I gave him some fake cat ears. Yeah. So yeah, I think he came out pretty well.
I don't know how to respond to this, so I'm going to defer to Zine.
All right, Zine, have you tried Code Vein 2? Have you seen any bit of it?
Oh, I seen like, I mean, I played the first one, but after seeing like the second one of all the like they changed all the characters, I'm like, why? You had perfect characters from the first game. Don't need to change them.
Yeah, I need to read the super chat. Roadkill says truck did well. Here's your share. Thank you so much, man.
The taco truck with Furious Dan. I'm amazed. You guys should go to Minnesota with that taco truck. I'm telling you, it's freezing there. You gotta help people out, right? Give ICE some tacos and give some tacos to the protesters too. But thank you for that, Zine. It's given me enough time to comment. You either have to be so self-confident or so narcissistic to create yourself in a game. So I'm glad to see Dash is becoming so self-confident in his abilities.
Yep, I tried. And yeah, this is the
Excellent.
girl I mostly bought the game for because hot damn,
Yeah.
like goth mommy,
So,
like it's a shame you can't make a female character with this big boobs. It's
I'm
like
sure
a
that's
damn
lighting
shame.
thing. Yeah, the lighting is a bit dark for me, but it's a great piece of artwork. Just needs to be a bit brighter. That's
Yeah,
all.
it's because it's a very gothic game.
Yeah. Yeah, what about you, Galaxy? What do you make of what's been going on with Code Vein 2?
Well, like Zine said, I've played the first game. I've actually beaten it before, but the second game I haven't tried yet. But I have seen clips and stuff of it, and I've also seen all the censorship and stuff too. So it's just like I'm kind of like I'm not really interested in now because not to mention that they don't have multiplayer in it like the first game. The first game had multiplayer. This is only a single player only game, and so I have no reason to play.
I'll tell you this. I'm not spending $60, $80 on a game, right? Period. Simple as that. Right? $50 is the absolute maximum. In fact, one of the main reasons why I supported Expedition 33 was because of the fact that it was a $50 game.
Yeah,
If it had been a $60 game, I wouldn't have supported it.
they easily
Honestly,
could
wouldn't have
price
supported
this
it.
game at
Yeah.
$40
Yeah.
or $60. Like the
Yeah.
graphics aren't that like heavy, though it is 60 gigs for some reason.
My goodness. Well, St. Hugo is a part-time game developer. What do you make of this whole situation?
Well, I do have Code Vein 1 in my backlog, but haven't had the time to actually play it, so I can compare for myself. I have seen Dash play the second part just 2 days ago, I think, or was it
Yeah, it was
yesterday?
last night. It was last
Last
night.
night. I mean, I would like to the game to be good because I do like good time travel stories with branching decisions and paths, but I just can't support any kind of censorship, whether I care about what is censored or not.
Yeah, there's no place. There's no place for censorship in a civilized society, folks. We look at what's been going on, and we are seeing the signs, and they all have similar problems. Similar problems require similar solutions. That's why so many topics largely can be solved with the same position, and that is, these are the red lines. Don't cross them. If you cross them, you will be crossed. It's as simple as that. That's
Pretty
the
much,
approach
yeah.
we have to take now, more than ever, especially if you're living in New York. I mean, my God,
Mhm.
if you live in New York, I feel so sorry for you. That's why we have DJ Ronnie G here. Ronnie, what do you make of this whole situation?
Well, to be honest, I'm not really familiar with the franchise. I've liked Souls-like games. At least I got introduced to the original Souls-like game before, and that's a fascinating image there. What were we talking about again?
Yeah, Code Vein 1 versus Code Vein 2. You can see what losing the M rating, what a difference it makes.
Oh, I see. So now the skirt isn't hiked up enough to see the buttocks that clearly, and they're wearing.
You know,
granny
it's
pants.
just a void shadow. Like this is
Oh,
something
yeah.
developers have been doing, so perverted gamers can't look up the skirts of their female protagonists.
So those aren't granny panties. That's a void. That's just a shadow.
That's
there.
just
Wow.
a dark void.
Lazy bastards. I mean, like, because the ass has more detail on the outside of the fabric than whatever is under there.
Oh, yeah, it's probably because better graphics, I guess. I
Mhm.
mean, like I think like the game probably was originally going to be like a traditional like more in line with the first game, but then they decide maybe making it T or following these guidelines would increase sales. You know how these corpos think.
Yep.
Yep.
Because they know for a fact that games with lower age ratings get more sales. It's as simple as that. For the most part, it's not always the case, folks, but they apply this logic from movies, right? The lower the age rating, the more likely it will be a success. That's not always the case. You look at some of the highest grossing movies in the world of all time, they're not E for everyone, are they? Right? Titanic wasn't E for everyone. People died in that because it was based on what happened, right? You look
Yeah.
at films, look at the Avatar films. How many people get killed in the Avatar films?
Hundreds.
Exactly. And they're some of the highest grossing movies of all time. You look at, the Avengers movies. How many people die in the Avengers movies? Plenty of people. Half the fucking universe,
Yeah, one of them.
right? But it just goes to show, and you see this with content creation as well. Those who play it safe have the highest chance to succeed, but the best creators, the most popular creators, are always the creators who take risks. Always. And that is the dichotomy we're seeing here with Code Vein 2, with the gaming industry. You take the safe path, you have more of a chance of succeeding, but you'll never be number one. You'll never be at the top of the tree. Never. It's as simple as that.
Honestly, who wants to be a pathetic joke like Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
Well, I would love
Like,
to
you know,
I would love to run experiments on people, but apparently it's bankrupted him, which I don't understand. Right?
the funny thing is, like, especially like with safe content creators, like I showed a tweet from the gaming cage, who is definitely a safe content creator, not going against the grain, not really criticizing corporations, just like positive vibes. Like, I
Yeah.
personally don't have too much against him other than I disagree with his politics, but like compared to some other dickheads, I think he's all right. But
Look,
the
if
thing
we
is,
were-
like, I do think, like, thing is, I don't want to be a content creator like him. I like to tell people like how things are.
No, you got it all wrong,
when-
Dash. We should be quoting, Reforge Gaming. We should be quoting that black guy called Paris, right? We should be, supporting the games industry. We should be supporting political correctness and social justice and, non-binary people. Trans people belong here. If we play it safe, we will succeed, okay? However, we will never ascend to the top of the tree.
Well, there is room for content creation that is safe and not hypocritical. Like, for example, I don't know if anyone knows the creator Call Me Kevin, or Don't Call Me Kevin. I think he has 2 channels. Just playing games in the most crazy ways, doing everything wrong on purpose and being funny and entertaining, and just, well, showing passion for games and trying out everything from major titles to rather unknown indie projects. Yeah. So
Sounds awesome.
then Steam will become the devil of gaming, like Nintendo is turning into, and they will sue anyone who streams Steam games. Then we are all doomed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think that's impossible, the United Kingdom, it's not a topic, but the United Kingdom is currently suing Steam, and they are likely to win because they are suing them in a UK court.
Oh,
the
they're gonna
UK
win
just
with
doesn't
that.
count from my point of view. It's a rogue state. It's been overtaken by traitors and terrorists, basically. So
I'd
they
expect
have
nothing
no
less from
validity. Come again?
I'd expect nothing less. Come on, guys. You can't be that thick.
I don't think he heard you.
Come on.
No, I agree. I think Starmer is like worse than Trudeau in a lot of ways. Like,
Yeah.
they're
He's
both
gone
bad,
to
but
China. He's making friends with our Chinese friends, He's
Hmm.
being nice to our Chinese friends. And look, man, Tibet doesn't exist. There's only one China. It is red, and we love our Chinese friends. We love our Chinese friends, don't we, guys?
You
Oh,
know,
No.
put
absolutely.
Real
hundreds of
Chinese
people
are situated on Taiwan.
put hundreds of people in jail for edgy tweets while letting like actual like rapists on the streets like roam
I don't-
free.
I don't know what word Saint Hugo just said, so I'm just going to
Oh, he said the
ignore
wrong
it.
name. He meant Republic of China.
What's that?
That's the actual name of the island nation that is just east of that big nation.
No, I only know China. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having fun, right? Because if you actually had a Chinese content creator on this panel, right? If you mention Taiwan, they will
yeah.
be like, "What? Who's that? What's that country?" It's like you say, "Oh, Taiwan." It's like, "What was that country's name again?" And then you
Just
say China, and it's like, "Oh yeah, China. China's the best, isn't it?"
when you are in a store and you see a world map or a cheap produced globe,
Hmm.
just check if Taiwan is part of CCP, China, or, well, Taiwan. Most cases, it's part of CCP, China.
Exactly.
They just try to soft power their way with,
Mm.
well, they produce those. So just rewriting the map over and over again.
We'll make this point and then we'll move on to our third topic, because we're speaking of China and Asia. We'll be talking about VTubers a little later, as well as their period plans. But if I was doing a globe of the world, I would put in Taiwan, American colony, South Korea, American colony, Japan, American colony, the Philippines actually was an American colony, might as well still be, and just do it like that. It's like, yeah, without America, you would not exist.
I would put in
Rest
Atlantis
in
just for shits and giggles.
rest in pissed Winnie the Pooh.